So at this point, you have cut out your layered landscape and it all fits together. You have your background, middle ground, and foreground. So we need to start decorating these. And again, you can use Sharpie, marker, or a pencil, whatever you prefer first. And I'm just going to start laying in different decorative flowers, leaves, trees, waves, whatever you're doing for any parts of this art piece. And again, it's just strong lines. We're not coloring, we're just getting all of our decorative pieces in here. So after I've gotten to this point, I can come back in and there's areas where I really didn't fill them out. And I might want to do a contour cut just so that these really pop out. So from the outside, I can cut these away. So that it makes these flowers and leaves stand out even more against my middle ground. So again, if I trim away some of my foreground around the decorative things I've drawn, in this case flowers, you're really going to make these pop against your next layer, which is your middle ground. So here at my middle ground, I can keep going, and then I'm remembering that my sky is on this part. So I might just start with my sky. And again, knowing where my horizon is, I think I'm going to make a bigger sun so that I can see part of the sun. See the sun there. And have those fun sun rays coming out. So there we go. Now here's my middle ground. And I'm just going to do some bigger waves.
Again, if you want to use your scrap paper, you can use that to cut in as you wish. And here. Like so.
So all of these layers, foreground, middle ground, and background, are all lined up. And again, if you need to come in, you can trim away to refine those cutaways so that they match up with what you draw, and that's completely fine, like so. So the next part we need to do is color this in. And what I've decided is we are going to be using our markers. These markers came to me last year. I have maybe 2,000 of them, but they're partially dried up. And so what we're going to do is reclaim them by simply picking whatever color you like. We're going to dip that. You're going to get some water here, and you're going to dip it in, and then you can use it as a paintbrush. See, I have lots of yellows. Here's another yellow. And you'll see that it's going to turn into kind of a watercolor. If it starts to dry as you're painting, just pick up a little more water. And again, we're not rubbing hard. You don't want to tear your paper, but you're just letting it act like a paintbrush. So the water, the color will flow off of it. So again, as we're painting these in with these dried up markers, if it starts to get harder to paint with them, just pick up a little more water. It's almost like pushing around watercolor as the water helps to draw the paint or the marker color from the dried up marker. And voila. So once we get this all back together, we'll put these on the drying rack, but you will then have your fun layered landscape. Very good.